My dear son, I see your heart, your struggles, and your intentions. You live in a world where truth often feels hidden and honesty can seem like a burden, but I want you to know that honesty is the foundation upon which a righteous life is built. When I breathed life into you, I placed within you a conscience, a light to guide your decisions. That light is the voice of truth, and as you walk through life, honesty keeps that light shining brightly. Every time you choose to speak the truth, no matter how hard or inconvenient, you honor the essence of who you are, my creation. You reflect my image in the world. Honesty isn't just about the words you speak, it's about the integrity of your soul. To be honest is to align your thoughts, words, and actions with truth. When you live with integrity, you honor me, and I will bless you for it. Remember the words of Scripture, the Lord detests lying lips, but he delights in people who are trustworthy. Proverbs chapter 12 verse 22. I know there will be times when dishonesty seems like the easier path, when you feel pressure to hide the truth or twist it to your advantage. But remember, every lie entangles your soul in a web that only grows more complex. Lies may bring temporary relief, but they will always weigh you down. The truth, on the other hand, will set you free. It may be hard at first, but it brings peace and clarity, allowing you to walk upright and unburdened. My son, honesty is not just about what you say to others, it's also about being truthful with yourself. Be honest about your strengths and your weaknesses, your hopes and your fears. When you are honest with yourself, you can grow. You will become the man I designed you to be. You will stumble, you will make mistakes, but if you face those moments with humility and truth, I will lift you up. Do not fear the consequences of being honest, for I am with you. Even when honesty brings challenges, it also brings growth, strength, and respect. Those who walk in truth walk in my favor. Remember, my son, I am the God of truth. In my kingdom, there is no room for deception or lies. When you live in truth, you live in my presence. So stand firm in honesty, even when it's difficult. Be a light in a world that often prefers darkness. Through your honesty, others will see my love, my justice, and my righteousness. I will be your shield, your guide, and your strength. Walk in truth, and you will walk with me. My beloved son, there is a strength within you that you may not yet fully understand, a power that comes from living in truth. This strength, this power, is honesty. In a world that often trades integrity for convenience and truth for temporary gain, I have called you to stand firm in honesty. You are not like the rest of the world, for you are set apart. You are my child, and I have called you to walk a path of righteousness, a path paved with truth. Honesty is not simply a rule or a commandment, it is the essence of who I am. Remember, I am the God of truth. All that is good and pure in this world flows from my truth. When I created the heavens and the earth, when I spoke the universe into existence, my words were true, and they brought life. Just as my words carry truth, your words have the power to shape your world. When your words are honest, they bring peace, healing, and righteousness. When your words align with truth, they reflect my character and invite my presence into your life. You may wonder why honesty is so important, especially in situations where a lie seems to bring quick solutions or protect you from harm. But, my son, honesty is about more than avoiding lies. It is about the condition of your heart. Lies, even the smallest ones, corrupt the purity of your heart. They create cracks in your soul, allowing darkness to creep in. But truth? Truth heals, strengthens, and purifies. Do you remember what I said in the scriptures? The truth shall set you free. John chapter 8 verse 32. This freedom is not just about being released from lies. It's about living a life that is whole, where your heart is light and unburdened. When you choose honesty, you choose to live free from the weight of deceit. Lies are heavy, my son. They may seem light at first, but over time they become chains that bind you. Each lie you tell ties you down, until one day you find yourself trapped. But truth? Truth is freedom. With each truth you tell, the chains fall away. You become lighter, more at peace, and more aligned with my purpose for you. Let's talk about your relationships. Honesty is the foundation of trust. Without honesty, no relationship can truly flourish. When you are honest with those around you, you build a bridge of trust that can withstand the storms of life. This bridge of trust allows love to flow freely, for love and lies cannot coexist. You may think that by hiding the truth, you are protecting someone, sparing their feelings, or avoiding conflict. But the truth, even when it's hard to hear, is a gift. It honors the person you are speaking to. It shows them that you respect them enough to trust them with the truth. My son, honesty may sometimes cause pain, but that pain is temporary and healing. Deceit, however, creates wounds that fester. These wounds are not easily healed because lies breed distrust, resentment, and division. But when you speak the truth, even in difficult situations, you give others the opportunity to grow, to heal, and to trust you more deeply. Your honesty is a reflection of my love for them. Through your truthfulness, they will come to know my truth. I want you to know that being honest with others begins with being honest with yourself. There will be moments in your life when you are tempted to deceive even yourself, to ignore or hide your true feelings, your struggles, or your mistakes. But my son, I see all things. I see your heart. When you try to deceive yourself, you only hurt yourself. I am not disappointed in your struggles or your mistakes. I am here to help you grow from them. When you are honest with yourself, you open the door for my grace to enter. You allow me to work within you, to strengthen you, and to mold you into the man I created you to be. Don't be afraid to admit when you are wrong, when you are hurting, or when you have fallen short. It is in those moments of honesty and vulnerability that my strength is made perfect in you. As the Apostle Paul once said, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9. I am not looking for perfection, my son. I am looking for a heart that is humble and honest, a heart that is willing to be shaped and refined by me. Remember, too, that honesty is not just about the big moments in life. It's about the small, everyday choices. It's about being faithful in the little things. Every time you choose to be honest, even in the smallest matters, you strengthen your character. You build a foundation of integrity that will support you through the trials and temptations of life. Those small moments of honesty are what prepare you for the greater challenges ahead. My son, you are destined for great things. I have a plan and a purpose for your life, one that is filled with hope, joy, and fulfillment. But in order to walk in the fullness of my plan, you must be rooted in truth. I cannot bless lies, but I will always bless honesty. When you walk in truth, you walk in alignment with my will. You walk in the light, and I am with you every step of the way. When the world tells you that it's easier to lie, remember that I am the God of truth, and I will reward your honesty. When others choose the path of deception, stand firm in integrity, for your reward is not from the world but from me. I see every choice you make, and I delight in your faithfulness. As it is written, a faithful person will be richly blessed, but one eager to get rich will not go unpunished. Proverbs chapter 28 verse 20. Know that I will never leave you nor forsake you when you choose honesty. In times when the truth brings hardship, I will be your refuge. In times when honesty requires courage, I will be your strength. And in times when the world seeks to deceive, I will be your guide, leading you on the path of righteousness. My son, let your life be a testimony of my truth. Let your words, actions, and thoughts reflect the light of honesty. Through your honesty, you will bring others closer to me, for they will see in you a heart that seeks after righteousness, a heart that mirrors my own. I have called you to be a light in this world, and it is through your honesty that my light will shine brightly in you. So, be bold, be courageous, and walk in truth. I am with you, always. My beloved son, there is a sacredness in truth, a purity that echoes my nature. Every time you choose to be honest, no matter how difficult or costly it may seem, you are walking in step with me. You are walking in the light of my love, for I am the God of truth. I want you to understand how deeply I treasure your integrity, how much it pleases me when you stand firm in honesty despite the pressures and temptations you face. The world may tempt you with false promises, offering you shortcuts to success, comfort, or approval through deception. But those are empty promises, son. The path of dishonesty may appear to offer quick rewards, but it leads to destruction. Remember the words of wisdom I gave to King Solomon. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 12. Dishonesty never leads to the life I desire for you. When you walk in honesty, you are walking in the safety of my protection. Lies and deceit will only lead you down paths that separate you from my presence, and the longer you walk on those paths, the more difficult it becomes to return. But when you choose truth, no matter the cost, you are drawing closer to me. Your heart stays open to my guidance, and your spirit remains sensitive to my voice. And my voice, son, will always guide you in the way of peace, righteousness, and joy. I want you to know that you will face trials because of your commitment to honesty. The enemy of your soul will try to convince you that lying can save you from hardship or make your life easier. But do not listen to that voice. The voice of the enemy is always rooted in deceit. He is the father of lies, John chapter 8 verse 44, and his goal is to separate you from the truth, which is me. But hear my words, son. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Matthew chapter 5 verse 10. When you choose honesty, even when it costs you something in this world, you are laying up treasure in heaven. You are storing up eternal rewards that are far greater than any temporary gain dishonesty could ever offer. I see your sacrifice, and I will honor it. Do not fear the consequences of honesty, for I am your protector. You may lose favor in the eyes of men, but you will gain favor in my eyes. You may face rejection or misunderstanding, but I will never reject you. I will stand with you, and I will defend you. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Psalm chapter 27 verse 1. With me by your side, you need not fear what honesty may cost you, for I am greater than any challenge you will face. In your honesty, you will find a peace that the world cannot understand. Lies create anxiety, worry, and fear, for they must constantly be maintained. But truth brings freedom. When you live a life of honesty, you can walk with your head held high, knowing that you have nothing to hide. You will experience a deep sense of peace, for your heart will be clear before me and before others. Remember this, my son. The truth will always rise. Lies may flourish for a time, but they will eventually be exposed. As it is written, for there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open. Luke chapter 8 verse 17. Dishonesty may bring temporary success, but it is built on a foundation that will crumble. Truth, on the other hand, is eternal. When you choose honesty, you are standing on a firm foundation that cannot be shaken. Let's speak for a moment about your purpose. I created you with a specific mission in mind, a calling that is uniquely yours. To fulfill that purpose, you must walk in truth, for my plans for you are rooted in righteousness. When you live with integrity, when your actions and words align with the truth, you position yourself to receive my guidance. I can only lead those who are open to the truth, for I cannot work through deceit. Your honesty clears the path for me to move in your life, to guide you into the fullness of your destiny. The world will see the truth in you, and through your example, they will come to know me. You are not just being honest for your own sake, but for the sake of those around you. Your honesty is a witness to my goodness. As you live in truth, you become a light in the darkness, and others will be drawn to that light. They will see that you are different, that you are trustworthy, and through you, they will encounter my truth. But remember, son, honesty is a journey, not a one-time decision. It is a daily choice. In the small moments and in the big ones, I am calling you to choose truth. Be faithful in the little things, for it is in these moments that your character is built. As I said in my word, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much, and whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. Luke chapter 16 verse 10. Your daily decisions to live honestly prepare you for the greater responsibilities I have planned for you. And when you stumble, and you will stumble, remember that I am a God of mercy and grace. Do not let guilt or shame keep you from returning to me. Bring your mistakes to me, confess them, and I will forgive you. I will restore you. If we confess our sins, He is faithful and just and will forgive us our sins and purify us from all unrighteousness. 1 John chapter 1 verse 9. My grace is greater than your failures, and my love for you is constant. Honesty also means being open with me. I know your heart better than anyone else, but I desire for you to come to me in honesty, to speak to me about your struggles, your fears, and your hopes. When you come to me with an open and honest heart, I can heal you, strengthen you, and guide you. You never need to hide from me, son, for there is nothing in you that I do not already see and love. I am here for you, always waiting for you to pour out your heart to me. Let me be your refuge, your safe place, where you can be fully yourself without fear or pretense. So, my son, let honesty be the cornerstone of your life. Let it be the foundation upon which you build your character, your relationships, and your future. There will be moments when it feels difficult, when the truth seems costly, but trust that I am with you in those moments. I will never leave you. I will reward your faithfulness. Walk in truth, and you will walk in my blessing. I love you with an everlasting love. You are mine, and I am with you always. My precious son, there is a strength that comes from walking in the light of truth, a strength that nothing in this world can take from you. Honesty is not just an action, it is a reflection of who you are at the deepest level. It's the very core of your being, where your heart aligns with my will and where my spirit speaks to yours. When you live in truth, you allow me to work freely in your life, unhindered by the walls of deceit or the chains of falsehood. I want to remind you today that honesty is your greatest weapon in a world full of illusions. There will be times when the pressure to lie or bend the truth feels overwhelming. The fear of rejection, failure, or disappointment may whisper that dishonesty is the easier path. But remember this, my son. Lies may feel like they protect you in the moment, but they are a fragile shield, one that will eventually break under the weight of its own falseness. Truth, on the other hand, is a fortress. It may not always seem like the easiest path, but it is the safest, the strongest, and the most lasting. For when you speak and live in truth, you are building on a foundation that cannot be shaken. Remember the words I spoke through my prophet Isaiah. So justice is driven back, and righteousness stands at a distance. Truth has stumbled in the streets, honesty cannot enter. Truth is nowhere to be found, and whoever shuns evil becomes a prey. Isaiah chapter 59 verses 14 to 15. My son, the world around you may push truth aside, but I am calling you to be different. I am calling you to be a man of integrity, one who holds fast to what is right and true even when the world tells you otherwise. I have set you apart for this very reason, to be a beacon of light in the darkness, a reflection of my truth in a world that has forgotten the beauty and power of honesty. There is a peace that comes with living in truth. When you are honest, you have nothing to hide, nothing to fear, and nothing to regret. Lies demand more lies to cover them up, and eventually, they trap you in a web of confusion and anxiety. But honesty brings freedom, because with truth comes clarity. You don't have to remember your lies, for your life is consistent with the truth in your heart. This peace, my son, is a gift I want you to experience daily. When you walk in truth, your soul can rest. And, my son, honesty is not just about telling the truth to others, but also being truthful with yourself. Sometimes, the hardest person to be honest with is you. It can be painful to confront your own weaknesses, your own mistakes, and your own failures. But know this: my grace is more than sufficient for you. I did not create you to be perfect. I created you to be real, to grow, and to depend on me for your strength. When you are honest with yourself, you open the door for healing. You allow me to transform the parts of you that are broken, the parts of you that need my love and guidance. Denying your struggles only prolongs the pain, but being honest about them brings them into the light, where my grace can heal them. Consider David, a man after my own heart. He was far from perfect, he made mistakes, he sinned, he failed. But what made David a man after my heart was his honesty. He never ran from the truth, even when it was difficult. When he sinned, he confessed it. When he was afraid, he admitted it. When he didn't know what to do, he came to me in humility and honesty. And because of that, I exalted him. You, Lord, are forgiving and good, abounding in love to all who call to you. Psalm chapter 86 verse 5. In the same way, my son, I will lift you up when you walk in honesty. Come to me with your heart wide open, and I will meet you with grace and mercy. My son, I also want you to know that living in truth doesn't mean you won't make mistakes or fall short sometimes. You are human, and I understand that you will stumble. But in those moments, remember that I am not a God who seeks to condemn, but a God who seeks to restore. When you fall, don't hide in shame or cover it up with lies. Instead, come to me in honesty, and I will be faithful to forgive you. He who conceals his sins does not prosper, but whoever confesses and renounces them finds mercy. Proverbs chapter 28 verse 13. Honesty is the key to my forgiveness, and my forgiveness brings freedom. There is great power in confession, my son. When you are honest with me about your struggles, your sins, and your failures, you break the power of shame and guilt. You take away the enemy's ability to accuse you, for the truth has already been brought into the light. In that light, you are free. So do not be afraid to come to me with your weaknesses. I am here, ready to strengthen you, to lift you up, and to guide you forward. You don't have to carry the weight of your mistakes alone. I am with you, and my grace is sufficient. Honesty is also a gift you give to those around you. Your relationships, whether with friends, family, or loved ones, are built on trust, and trust is built on truth. When you are honest with others, you create a foundation that is strong and enduring. Lies may seem like they protect relationships, but in reality, they erode the very trust those relationships depend on. Honesty may sometimes lead to difficult conversations or uncomfortable moments, but in the end, it strengthens the bond between you and those you love. It allows for real connection, real understanding, and real growth. Do not fear the consequences of truth, for I am your shield. Trust that even when honesty brings challenges, I will be with you. I will protect you, guide you, and work all things together for your good. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans chapter 8 verse 28. Your life is in my hands, and I will honor your commitment to truth. I am calling you to be bold, to stand firm in honesty, even when the world around you crumbles under the weight of deceit. In every situation, in every trial, choose to be truthful. Speak the truth, even when your voice shakes. Live the truth, even when it feels like the harder path. For in truth, you are walking with me. In truth, you are reflecting my light to the world. And I promise you this: no weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me. Isaiah chapter 54 verse 17. Your honesty is not just for your benefit, it is for the glory of my kingdom. Through your commitment to truth, others will see me in you. They will see the light that honesty brings into the world, and they will be drawn to it. Your life of integrity will be a testimony to my goodness, and through you, I will bring others into my truth. So, stand firm, my son. Walk in honesty, for it is the path to freedom, peace, and purpose. I am with you always, guiding you, protecting you, and filling you with my love. Do not be afraid, for I have called you by name, and you are mine. With all my love and grace, your heavenly Father.